Welcome to Updawg-Yoga. I'm so glad you're here. Please find a comfortable seat and we'll get started with some breathing. And there are a few distractions in this video, but just make that part of your meditation, your yoga practice. So hands to your knees or in your lap, sit up tall, close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose and deep breath out through your nose. 2 more times, deep breath in through your nose, fill up, and then exhale, slowly release your air. 1 more time, deep breath in, and slow deep breath out. From here, move to your hands and knees in tabletop. So spread your fingers wide underneath your shoulders. Bring your knees hip distance apart from a flat back. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, let your spine grow, settle back. And on your exhale, reverse your spine. So round your spine to the ceiling or the sky and tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, round your spine. 3 more times. Move with your breath back and forth. Feel free to add on to circle your neck, circle your wrists or your hips. And get creative here. And from your flat back, walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips into downward facing dog. So spread your fingers wide, balance on the balls of your feet, move around, bend one knee, bend the other. Shake your hips side to side. Feel the muscles in your body. Feel the muscles in your legs, your upper back, your hamstrings, your calves. You feel nice and open, relaxed, or do you feel a little bit tight in your hamstrings? If you do, you can take your feet wide. You can also pivot on the edges of your feet, move side to side, and come back to stillness. Drop to your knees and sink your hips back into child's pose. Reach your arms forward to the top of your mat. Take a few breaths here and know that this is a resting pose, child's pose. You can come back to anytime you need a break. Take as long as you need, and then jump right back into the outdoor class. So from downward facing dog, look forward and come into ragdoll pose or uttanasana. Take your feet as wide as your mat, grab your elbows, put a small bend in your knees, gently sway side to side. Let your head and neck completely relax. Let all that tension fall onto the ground. You can also change the crossing of your arms. And to come up, take your feet hip distance. Slowly roll yourself up to standing and take a moment to ground. So bring your feet together or feet hip distance, hands in prayer. Take a breath here. Get centered and grounded for your practice. Stand at the top of your mat. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms up. On your exhale, chest expansion. So interlace your hands behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Look up. And then forward fold on your exhale. Relax your head. Stretch your hands away from you. Inhale, halfway lift. So hands on your mat or on your knees. And exhale, step back to plank. Shift forward on your inhale. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, lift into cobra pose. So press your toes down. Keep a bend in your elbows. And on your exhale, lower to the ground again. Inhale, push up to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath or two here. And we'll try it again. We'll add on to our cobra. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms up. On your exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, look up, find your small back bend. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift from a flat back. Exhale, plank. Shift forward with your tippy toes. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, locust pose this time. So lift your legs, lift your arms, lift your chest, fly, and exhale, lower. Inhale into your cobra pose again. Press your toes down this time. Exhale, release. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here to reset. We'll try it one more time, this time with upward facing dog. Look forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, stretch up. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, forward fold with chest expansion. Inhale, extend through the crown of your head, halfway lift. And exhale, chaturanga, step back or jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog, point your toes down, try to lift your thighs. And exhale, downward facing dog, press back. Take a few breaths here, maybe up to 5 breaths. Feel free to pedal your knees again, reset, slow down. This time we'll add some more poses here. So look forward to your hands. Forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sit low into a chair, just like there's an imaginary chair on your mat. So your heels are down, thighs are back, hips are low, and forward fold, touch the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Shift forward and lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, cobra pose. So our smallest back bend here with your toes down. Lower to your belly, press up to plank, and back to down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot in between your hands. Keep your left hand down, twist your right arm up to the sky. Lower your right hand down. Inhale, warrior 2 this time. Your right toes are towards the short end of your mat. Back heel is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Turn your head, look to your fingertips. Make sure your knee is rolling to your pinky toe rather than your big toe. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Side angle pose. Rest your right forearm on your thigh. Stretch your left arm up to the sky. Look up to your thumb. Lean your head back, your chest back, and into reverse warrior. Bend your right knee, reach your right arm up. Draw your belly in. Sink into your lunge. Plant your hands on your mat again. Chaturanga or back to downward facing dog. Depends on how challenging you'd like your own class to be today. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Step your foot in between your hands and twist your left arm up. So now you're in a low lunge twist. Lift your hips up, stack your hand over your shoulder, and to release, bring your hand down. Open up in a warrior 2. So left toes towards the top end of your mat. Back heel down. Look towards your fingertips. Come into side angle pose. Left forearm to your thigh. Stretch your right arm up to the sky. Bring your head back and your chest back again. Inhale, reverse warrior. We'll hold and breathe here. At least 3 breaths. Sink into your front knee. Draw your belly up and in. Find your core. And then plant your hands down. Chaturanga. If you're not sure what that is, check out my description. And press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose again. So sink your hips down. Option to bring your hands in prayer, especially if your shoulders are getting tired from all the planks. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step back to plank. Shift forward, lower. So this time, come into your locust pose again. Lift your toes, lift your arms, lift your head, and exhale, release. Inhale, baby cobra. Press your toes down, curl your head and chest up. Exhale, release. Inhale, push up to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Forgot the twist here, but add it in. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reverse warrior. So moving breaths and movement now, a little bit faster than the first round. Come back to downward facing dog, other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, twist your left arm up. Exhale, back to low lunge. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sit down into a chair, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back to your plank. And lower halfway, this time, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale into your twist. Inhale, warrior 2, come up. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press back. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale into your twist. And exhale. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga, or straight to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Reset. and lower to child's pose. Take a few resting breaths there. Slow down. Feel free to grab some water here as well. Towel off. Take as much time as you need. This is a good place to pause because we're gonna move on to core. So if you're with me, move right into it. Lean to one side. Swing your feet forward and lie on your back. Set up for crunches. So as you lie on your back, bring your feet together and your knees wide. This is called bound angle pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. Interlace your hands behind your head or put your fingertips behind your ears like I am in this video. Keep your low back down so your abs are strong. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. Lift your shoulders off the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Find a steady rhythm moving with your breath. To make it more intense, you can float your feet an inch or two off your mat. And if you've lost count already, we're doing 15 crunches here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. To release, take a long body stretch. Reach your arms over your head, stretch your legs. Take as long as you need. I usually take about half as long as I do crunches. So we did 15 crunches, rest for 8 breaths. We'll do one more belly up core exercise, this time moving into bicycle twists. So bend your knees. You can point your toes or spread your toes. Interlace your hands behind your head or fingertips behind your ears and move side to side. So opposite elbow, opposite knee. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Just move with your breath. And this time, since we're doing both sides, we're doing about 30 bicycle crunches. So 15 on each side. Strong exhale through your mouth as you crunch. Keep going. You can do it. Yes, you can. Keep breathing. Almost there. Elbows wide for a challenge. Stay lifted in your crunch the whole time. You've got this. Strong exhale through your mouth as you twist. And to release, take another long body stretch. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs. Slow down. And again, you can take about 8 breaths here. That's my daughter. Just ignore her. Hug your knees into your chest. Gently rock side to side. And then put your hands underneath your knees. Rock up and down a few times on your spine. After your third rock, come all the way up and come into boat pose. So sit on your sit bones, lean back and float your feet. You can reach your arms out. Some people can extend their legs all the way up and straight. This is probably good for me. And then to move on, I'm gonna try to jump back. Sort of. Inhale, upward facing dog. So look side to side, wiggle your hips, stretch out your abs, and press back to down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale into chair pose this time and into eagle pose. So your right elbow hooks underneath your left elbow. Sit low into a chair and cross your right leg over your left leg. So your goal is to stack your shoulders over your hips. Another way to do it is to touch your elbows and your thighs. But sit low into your chair and release. Shake out your wrists and your ankles. Other side, sit down into your chair. Hook your left elbow underneath your right elbow. If your hands don't wrap, you can always give yourself a bear hug. Like put your hands on opposite shoulders. Cross your left leg over your right leg. You can try to hook your foot around your shin as well. Keep breathing and release. Give yourself a high five. We'll do one more, dancer pose. Bend your right leg, grab the inside of your right foot and try to kick your foot over your head. So lean forward. If you fall out of this, let go of your foot, try again. Move into warrior three. Extend your right leg, reach your arms forward. Look at one spot on the ground and come up to release. Other side. Bend your left leg. Grab the inside of your left foot, reach up with your right arm. Kick your foot over your head. Look at one spot on the ground. And then warrior three. Stretch your right leg behind you, reach your arms forward, look at one spot on the ground. And come up to release, shake it out. Back into your flow. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, chest expansion. Interlace your hands behind your back and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crow pose, headstand, or your regular flow where we did cobra. Feel free to try that as well. I'm doing crow pose here and chaturanga. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Lower to your hands and knees. Come up to standing on your knees for camel pose. Tuck your toes under, put your hands on your low back, and create some length through your spine. So really lift up. You can reach one arm back and come back up. Maybe even the other arm, just make sure your low back is supported. Option for both hands on your feet as well. There's lots of options for camel pose. Take at least 3 breaths here, maybe even 5 breaths. Come up and rest. Now we'll rest twice as long as we did that camel pose. One hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Close your eyes. You can sit on your feet or sit cross-legged. Really slow down your breath. Feel the expansion. So much space in your heart center now. This time we'll do 2 bridge poses. So to do that, lie on your side, lie on your back, set up for bridge. Bend your knees, rest your hands beside your hips, look at one spot, and lift your hips up into a bridge. You can keep your hands beside you or interlace your hands underneath you. Hold and breathe here. And slowly come down. You can bring your feet together and your knees wide, hands on your belly, or one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Rest as long as you did that bridge pose. Now you can do bridge pose again, or this time set up for a wheel pose. Hands and feet wide, lift your hips up, find your bridge or your wheel. Option to lift one leg in the air, just one at a time. And come down very slowly. Crown of your head first, your hips, and rest. Feet together, knees wide, Supta Baddha Konasana, just like we did for crunches, hands on your belly, or one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Rest. And then very slowly, bring your knees together, hug your knees into your chest. You can rock side to side. Come back up so you can roll to one side and help yourself up, or rock and roll up to a seat and then to table. You can also do this from downward facing dog. Move into half pigeon. Swing your right knee forward behind your right wrist and stretch your left leg back. So tuck your toes under to lift your knee. Slide your leg behind you. Stay up or fold. Most people I know in my class prefer to fold. Makes it more introspective, more restful. Another option is to walk your hands back, lift your chest, and play with your back leg. You can pull your foot in, you can kick your foot back for a back bend, or you can work on king pigeon. I'm trying to get my king pigeon back to where it was a few years ago. Not quite there yet. But as long as we're practicing, we'll all get there together. So pedal out your knees in down dog to shake your half pigeon out. And then try this on the other side. So from down dog or tabletop, Your left knee goes behind your left wrist. Tuck your right toes under, slide your right leg back. You can walk your hands back. Feel free to stay up or fold. Take about 5 to 10 breaths here. Slow down. And if you grabbed your back leg on the other side, do that on this side as well. Pull your foot in or kick your foot back. Work on your mermaid or even your king pigeon. Grab your foot. Rotate your elbow up. And then to release, make your way back to down dog. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, pedal at your legs. Seated forward fold this time. Come down to a seat. So lean to one side, swing your feet forward in front of you. Bring your big toes together. You can also pull the fleshy parts away from your sit bones to help you sit more comfortably. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Option to bend your knees here as well if you can't reach your toes, or if you have low back pain, definitely bend your knees. To come out of it, lie on your back, come into happy baby pose. Grab the edges of your feet or the back of your thighs, rock side to side like a happy baby. Spinal twist, knees together, drop your knees to the right side. Reach your left arm out, look to your left hand. Make some space on this side, slow down. Breathe into your side body and bring up one knee at a time. Switch sides, drop your knees to your left side. Reach your right arm out, look to your right hand. Make some space on this side. Take your time, slowly bring up one knee at a time. Squeeze your knees into your chest, forehead to your knees, and then stretch out on your mat. Take up some space, let your palms face up, close your eyes. I recommend at least a minute or two here, maybe even up to 5 minutes for this final meditation. Come back to your natural breath and melt into the floor. To come out of it, roll to one side, take a few breaths on your side. You can make a pillow out of your hands. Help yourself up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.